step up in the spot. Dudes mugging, hating bad, could it be my style? Or just my pretty boy swag? Can tell by my gear, I do nothing but pop tags. You need a receipt, cause your girl just got back.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, will Deontay Wilder become heavyweight champion again? And some people were so itchy to do this topic that they couldn't wait. And so we're going to that person first, Ned the TVE.
Listen, Deontay, you've gained my respect as a fan, and I respect you so much after your performance last night. But for you to become champion again, it just has to be so much that you have to endure and go through. Your path to that line of gaining another belt will be fighting elite competition. And you prove you got the heart of a champion. But you were battle tested last night. You were really battle tested. And Fury brought it to you, and you brought it to Fury. And Fury was the better man that night. And what I saw from you was amazing. It was like, yo, this is what you see when a man really pushes himself to his limits. And you weren't limited. You just didn't imply the proper tactics. But will you become champion again? It depends. If the belts, after Undisputed happens and the belts get dispersed, and now it's up for grabs between the up and coming heavyweights, the veteran heavyweights who won a belt, things of that nature. It's just who's your opponent next, and how you fare against them. What's your strategy? What's your tactics? And last night we saw you revert to right back after like 6 rounds. We saw you revert right back to the right hand. It's just like, I got to get my right hand off, and it's a vicious right hand. You put Fury on the floor twice in 1 round, and I think you dropped him 3 times in that fight. And so Wilder, will you be champion again? It just depends on how the belts move around and who you facing. If you got to face another Fury, no. If you got to face a Usyk for a belt, no. If you got to face a Ruiz, maybe. If you got to face a Dillian White, I don't know. Dillian White seems kind of hungry, and he's been preying on you for a minute. AJ, I don't know. It's up in the air. But, you have the chances is 50-50 right now for you. That's all.
What kind of answer is that, brother? You really wanted us to rest to this topic for you to say it's 50-50.
The next one was crazy.
The next one to me would have been more spicy
exactly.
than that. All right, I'm gonna move on to our little brother on the screen, Stretch. What do you think? Will Wilder become champion again?
Man, only time will tell. Like, to be quite honest with y'all, like, it's the heavyweight division. Like, I feel like anything could happen. I don't want to count him out because he's still like a top heavyweight. And to be honest with you, it's like, I don't know, as of late, like, whatever I feel like or would predict, like, all right, this is the way things should go. Like, it never really works out that way, to be honest. So like,
tell the truth, Stretch. Tell me truth. Listen, man. Stretch was heartbroken because Stretch was like, I'm done with boxing. I had to talk Stretch off the cliff. He was like, every time someone's supposed to win, they don't win. I'm sick of it, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know who's going to win.
It's gambling when you're sitting from my seat.
Nah, listen, I don't understand people that be betting on these fights. I'm like, yo, the amount of money you lose, I'm just like, but to be honest though, like, Deontay Wilder's still a top heavyweight. There's other fights left for him. I don't think I could count him out and say he won't be champ again. Like, I just feel like anything could happen. It is the heavyweight division, so that's what I think.
For real.
All right, fresh. Well, not fresh, but he was once fresh out of Alabama. Big Mo.
Man, this is gonna hurt, but due to his age, and then Fury moving on, and then if he lose, you got a rematch clause and all this other stuff. I'm gonna say that there's an 80% chance that he won't become champion. He won't have the opportunity to become champion again. Because now Fury's moving on. We already gotta wait for the Usyk Anthony Joshua rematch. So, and then for the unification, whoever loses got a rematch clause. So by the time all that stuff shake out, Wilder will be about 38, man. He's 35 now. Be turning 36 this year. By the time all that shake out, he'll be 38 or 39. And to be honest, I don't think he's gonna box that long. I think maybe 2 fights left just to pad the bank account. And I mean, I'm just being real. Y'all know me. I can't, and I'm a Wilder fan. But
so far, this is some of the most sense that I've heard you speak. Involving Wilder.
See?
So go ahead. I'm enjoying it. Go ahead. Back to you.
Yeah, I just feel like they call it what they call it, time constraints. He's the oldest out of those guys, out of the top 3. So I just feel like he's gonna be closer to 40 by the time the unification and all that stuff shake out. So if I was him right now, I'll take 6 months off, pick a Ruiz, pick a Dillian White, or something that you're gonna get a couple $10 million paydays, man. Pad the bank account and see where they drop, see what slot they drop you in when you retire.
All right.
I'm gonna say no on him being a champ again, just because of the time constraints and his age and things like that.
That's a fair assessment.
Hurt me to say that, but I'm gonna say no. Stop laughing.
What?
Don't laugh, Kaden. You know how difficult that was for me right now.
Yo, I'm the only dude who gets in trouble for laughing. Yo, jeez. All right. Complex.
If I ain't know you since you was 10, I wouldn't know what you laughing at, but I know what you laughing at.
I'm going on the record as saying yes, he will become champion again, and for this reason, one, boxing's crazy. Anything could happen, right? I mean, Fury was three years ago. Fury was on top of the world. He had three of the heavyweight belts, and then he just goes off the deep end, and then they all get dispersed, right? It's funny. People like to talk about things that Fury says that Wilder didn't believe, right? I believe there's a video out there on that. Go check it out on the Boxing Bros. But there's, times that Fury was telling the truth. But there's one thing that Fury says that people don't like to acknowledge is when Fury says Wilder beats all these guys except me. And that's my belief currently, that Wilder really is the number 2 heavyweight. I think Wilder is a great heavyweight. If there was no Tyson Fury, I think Wilder would have ran through all these guys. My belief, as a Wilder fan, obviously. Now, we haven't seen those fights, but I think Wilder is the second best heavyweight in the world. He just ran into the number 1. That's why there's no shame in him losing. It is what it is. There's guys who are better than you, and that's okay. Wilder is a very, very good fighter. I think there's so many good fights for him after this. I want to see, and I know that's another topic, but there's so many good fights, so many good entertaining moments we can get out of his career. And I know age is a constraint, and that's a worry, but remember, heavyweights actually tend to go on longer. They can fight into 40. The oldest heavyweight champ,
50. They can fight into 50.
I mean, competitively, right? But on a world championship level,
Oliver McCall,
champion, heavyweight champion, man.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
Okay,
that's counting the killer belts, yo.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about real alphabet body belts. But
delete that app, man. Delete that app.
I mean, just briefly, I think off the top of my head, the oldest heavyweight champion ever is George Foreman at 45.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. So George Foreman actually had, kind of similar path to Deontay. Came out killing everybody. Then he had a terrible loss, or a very embarrassing loss, very tough loss. He took time away from the sport, right? Came back in his mid-40s, even though he wasn't like the same killer he was. He had some wins and some losses, but he was able to get into a heavyweight championship fight and win against, I guess, was it Michael Moore, right? So, and that was an upset at the time. So anything is possible. There's another saying: the last thing that goes is power. Literally, if any heavyweight has power, it's Deontay Wilder. That's literally his thing. So if that's the last thing to go, then that's his best asset as he goes on. So you know what I'm saying?
Got 250% more power. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I don't.
You don't know? They said that he saw a doctor, and the doctor told him that he has 250% more power than he used to have. I'm not making this up. That's what they said during the broadcast.
Oh, I missed that.
No cat. Am I lying?
Nah, you ain't lying.
I don't know nothing about
You ain't
it.
lying.
They have the Super Saiyan glasses. How do you measure power? Like,
I don't know, bro. I kid you not.
That's what they were saying the beginning of the fight before he walked out.
His power levels reached another.
Yeah, they said he has his power increased by 250.
Shout out to the Dragon Ball Z fans.
When I say this, they said Mike Tyson hit like a punch felt like a mule kick.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder's punch felt like a freight train or a Mack truck. That's G. These are words from G's mouth.
We got G tears, G packs, and now we got G quotes. What's up?
G quotes, yo. G on them, yo. Don't shake your head, man.
When the t-shirts coming, man.
No, but Wilder, yeah, I think Wilder will become heavyweight champion again. I think Wilder can. There's so many things he can do. He's 36, about to be 37. Can take some time off. He's got money. He doesn't need to rush into anything. Opportunities will come up. Wilder's still a big name, and Wilder can still beat these top guys. So, I think anything is possible. I'm going to say yes. It'll be maybe an alphabet body belt. One of those will come up. You know what I'm saying? He'll get an opportunity.
Those don't count. We're not counting those alphabet soup belts. We're not counting the NABF title.
No, I'm talking about the big four when I say alphabet.
We're not counting their gold, silver, bronze belts.
But the WBA, IBF, WBO, WBC, he can win one of those, is what I'm saying. He can still win one of those versions of the belt, is what I mean, in the future. So I'm actually going to say yes. I think he will, because there'll be there's always going to be opportunities for Deontay Wilder to fight at that level, unless he goes on a complete, gets wiped out, like loses the next 5 fights. As long as he's still the same Wilder, he's a name. Let's say the belts disperse and some guy wins the version of the heavyweight championship. He's going to want a Wilder on his record. He's going to give Wilder a shot. So Wilder's always going to get a shot at the belt. So there's more opportunities for Wilder at this level of his career. And even going into 40, he's still dangerous. So he has time on his hands. He can still fight up until probably, 42, 43 easily. And he's always in shape. He doesn't go out of shape in between camps. He has a long career, but there's guys with longer careers. There's guys, I think George Foreman has like 60, 70 something fights, right? He's at 40 something. So there's still tread on those tires. So don't count Deontay Wilder out. I think he will become champion again.
Yeah, Foreman also had a crazy night where he fought like 4 people in one day. But
Foreman had a higher skill level too.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he took less punishment than Wilder took in these last 2 fights.
Ortiz's fight, he took a lot of punishment.
That era had better heavyweights as well. This era is not as good. So Wilder's good for this era.
Mo, how you gonna backhand your fighter, dog?
I can't tell the truth.
You can't. I appreciate it. Now you're right. You tell the truth. Speak it, brother.
That's the whole point.
Yo, Dollar Bill, the commish. Will Deontay Wilder become heavyweight champion again?
Deontay Wilder, after that performance last night, he is heavyweight champion for life. You know what I'm saying? Without the belts, you're still going to be calling him champ. It's like when you see Frazier, and he was still calling Frazier champ. You know what I'm saying? Because he done put the things that Wilder did last night. Listen, it'll be like what Complex was saying, man. Wilder's heart. That's all I seen last night. Yeah, he came in there with a new game plan. I said on my prediction, I think he's going to come out there doing what he learned, and then he's going to result to the same old Wilder. I hope he doesn't do it, but that's what he's going to do it. I don't think he fought with all heart. He just showed us tremendous heart, and that Wilder that showed up, I know for a fact he would give any other heavyweight fighting problems. I don't know if he will win, but I'm saying he would give them hell. The reason why I'm saying that is because that was tremendous. Tremendous effort. Can he? I don't know. This is boxing. Anything is possible. You put him in with the right person, anything is possible. I still think it's more time. Wilder did take a lot of punches. If he does come back, and I hope that they work on defense, but I think he could come back and he could do some things in the sport of boxing, man, especially after last night. Especially after showing how all he got to do is learn some other stuff to go with that big old heart of his. You know what I'm saying? That heart. He has a heart of a champion. He has a heart of a champion. I can't say nothing bad about the guy. Anything is possible. I can see it happening, especially after how he fought last night, if he still has something left. Because what people are not realizing is he did take a lot of punishment. He really did. Like, he could have packed up and quit. Like, there was other guys on the card, you know what I'm saying, that resorted to doing things, other tactics. He didn't try to blow him, nothing. He didn't try. He was just trying to win. And even when he was missing, you can tell, you can see the fatigue in his missing, and still he was. Man, listen. The heart of Deontay Wilder will always. His heart is a champion. I can see it happen. It just depends. Depends on what happened. Boxing is crazy. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you put him in with the right person, you ain't on point any given Saturday. Deontay Wilder, because his heart is so big, man. I can see it happen. I can see it happen.
All right, Conspiracy G.
You know, it's funny. I'm in between Big Mo and Complex on this, but I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I have like what if variables, right? So if Fury becomes undisputed, then I would say yes, Wilder has a chance of becoming champion again. Because I don't see Fury, after becoming undisputed, staying around much longer in boxing, right? I think he's going to be like, all right, I accomplished everything I needed to accomplish. I'm out of here. If AJ becomes undisputed, I would still say yes, because I don't see AJ staying around much longer either, right? Because the dude has so much money. I don't know if he still has that will to continue on as the heavyweight champion. Usyk, I think if Usyk becomes undisputed, you know, it doesn't seem like he's slowing down anytime soon. So he will be that guy still going on. And to me, I wouldn't even want Wilder to be like a heavyweight champion with one belt in this era after we get undisputed. Because now, to me, once we get undisputed, that's the champion. Until that guy disappears, then it's like, all right, now it's up for grabs. But if, let's say, we have undisputed and one of the governing bodies go like, yeah, we need our belt back. And then Wilder fights like ranked #1 guy to get it. I mean, that's cool, but you know what I mean, I don't think, at least me, I'm not going to really respect. Wilder's already a champ in my eyes, but I ain't going to respect him for having that belt. It's like, yeah, come on, fam. Like, undisputed still here. Like, the top dog is still here. You know what I mean? So that's why it depends on who becomes undisputed, because I feel like AJ and Fury will let it go. So when Big Mo was talking about the age, that was what I was considering too. Like, he'll probably have to wait like maybe 2 years minimum, like minimum, just to get that opportunity. And to me, it's like, yo, man, like, that's a long time. And to be honest with you, I think he should take a year off anyways after that loss, because that was although it was entertaining, it was dangerous. So we don't know how Wilder can come back anyway.
And he broke his right hand. He kept fighting after he broke his right hand.
I mean, yeah, that happened.
He didn't break his right hand, bro. Wilder holds his hand like that every fight, bro. That's just what he does.
Broken hands happen in boxing all the time, bro. That's easy to heal up. So, but the beating that he took, the concussion, you know what I mean? Like he almost, I don't know, like, Wilder's a different type of guy, you know, but we don't know, man. The next showing, it could be bad, you know? So there's a lot of variables in regards to Wilder becoming champion again. But I will say this.
Bad for who?
Take the, like, look at the UK blueprint. A lot of these dudes ain't champions, and they still packing out arenas, making good fights, you know.
I still respect.
Yeah, like, as long as you show that, yo, you're hungry and you want to win, people respect that. The UK has showed us that. You can do the same thing here in the States. You know, like, just pick great fights. Fight Dillian, you know, Fight Joseph Parker. Like, fight any of the guys that's like the top dudes that ain't got belts, but they're still competitive fights. You can still make a lavish career. People still respect you as a champ. You know what I mean? Just you won't be a champ, but you know, it just is what it is, man. Because I don't think people. I got you, but hold on, let me finish. You know, you had me wait 20 minutes. Brother.
Nah, bro, I've been waiting longer than everyone. So, all right, Big Mo has to take off. So I just want to give Big Mo a chance to peace out so he can sign off.
All right, guys, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me. I told y'all I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna show up. I knew the result. If we didn't get the under, if it wasn't a short fight, I knew the long game result, man. But I appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's always a pleasure.
We appreciate you for coming on, bro.
Oh, anytime, man. Until next time, man. I'll see y'all.
Oh yeah, just before you go, we were waiting at that back door for you at that party, but you never showed up.
Nah, man. I got something.
You knew what it was.
I was crying. They say I was crying, but I had something in my eyes. It was some onions being cut. You know what I'm saying?
Cutting onions.
Hey, Ned, I ain't want nothing you was cooking, Ned, last night.
Hey, man,
y'all
I'm
be
just
good,
saying.
man. Until next time.
All right, Big Mo. All right, Big G. All right, G's back to you, homie.
Yeah, I'll just saying that the pretty much the UK has showed you don't need to be a champion to still be recognized as a champion and still get the accolades and respect in the boxing world. So Wilder in this era, if and then again, mine is based upon if we have undisputed, because then it's like, yeah, you can have one of those belts, but everyone's gonna look at Fury or AJ or Usyk as the real champion of the heavyweight division. So it doesn't even matter if he gets one of these belts. Like, it's like, that's cute. But so yeah, well, will he become? Yes, it's possible.
Hold on.
It's possible.
I can't let you do that, G. I can't let you do that. Even if he does gives one of these belts after they've been dispersed, it would be
heavyweight champion of the world.
It'll be a dope accomplishment because he'll be 2-time world champion, and I will respect it even more, especially going against a real #1 contender. You said, I will respect it even more than how he got the belt. You remember how he got the belt? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you said you won't respect it. You know what I'm saying? A loss after Tyson Fury to win.
Understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if they strip undisputed right now, I said if AJ or Fury retired, then it's different. But what I'm saying is, like,
the belt still got dispersed.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, after they retire, then it doesn't matter. I'm saying if the guy who got undisputed is still around and one of those governing bodies is like, yo, we need our belt back, right? And then Wilder fights for that belt, yeah, he's champion, but we know the real champion is the one who's undisputed, who's still around. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's looking like what them regular belts. It's like, yeah, you champion, but fam, we know the real champion is the dude who got the Super or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. It depends. If Fury and AJ, like, let's say, retire and their belts get dispersed and Wilder win one, sure. But if, like, let's say Usyk's around and somebody just says, we want our belts back, we done with this undisputed stuff, and then just start shooting it around, we know the top dog, the real champion is Usyk, right? And I'm just saying hypothetical. Like, let's forget Usyk. Let's say champion A. We know champion A is the real champion. He's the top dog. He's, you know what I mean, on top of the totem pole. And one of the belts is like, hey, we're going to offer it around, whatever. And Wilder gets an opportunity to, I don't know, win one of those belts. Yeah, you're the champion, but you're not really the champion. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna start off by answering the question directly. My answer is no. It's a no, not to disrespect Deontay Wilder, because I feel like last night he put on a great performance, and he did show improvement. But I also think last night's performance was vindication and proof of what I've been saying since 2015. Look at the improvement Wilder was able to make within just one fight. From the fight between Tyson Fury the second time and the fight with Tyson Fury the third time. Now imagine if he was training that way and training to improve the way that he did in that one fight from the time he won the title. Perhaps he maybe is even more competitive or even wins against Tyson Fury in their first fight, second fight. He was as competitive as he could possibly be. He had a chance of winning in the third fight, And he, in my opinion, really only showed interest in training with conventional boxing techniques and learning the knowledge and the theories and the techniques and strategies that go along with boxing the last 2 years, really. So that's why I've been saying what I've been saying from 2015, and people try to make me a hater, but I'm just someone who loves the sport. I spend my life in gyms. So I know I've been in gyms seeing a dude who hits the bag hard, but his technique is messed up and he got muscles. We all say the same thing. Let me be the one to beat him up. No, let me be the one to beat him up. We fight to be the one to beat him up because he don't know how to fight. You understand? That's the thing with Wilder. Wilder's got all the power, but the top guys aren't scared of him because they know they got more. They got more adjustments. They have more IQ. They have more skill. And since 2015, I've been trying to say, like, yo, this dude needs to work on his boxing if he's ever going to beat the elite guys. Because the elite guys, you can't just beat them one way. You can't. Even last night, he landed that right hand twice in one round, and Fury took it away from him for the rest of the fight. He got hit here and there, but your moment came and it went. That's how good these guys are. Once you land that shot, the great ones are going to automatically be onto it and take it away. The way you set it up before, you're not going to be able to set it up again. And like Trill pointed out, even in the mid rounds, when he got tired, because this is key, when he got tired, he reverted back to going back, holding the right hand and launching it. Because this has to be drained into you, embedded in you for years and years of doing it. It has to be second nature that even when you're tired, you throw a punch with good technique. Even when you're tired, you bring your hand back and you hold it up and you still give movement. That's all years and years of training that Deontay Wilder didn't do that he just started doing. I was impressed with what I saw from Wilder because although it wasn't pretty at times, it was improvement. It wasn't pretty, but it was improvement, right? And so for that reason, I'm not trying to down Wilder on his skill. I think he showed last night being able to catch Fury, being able to drop Fury, because this now makes it 4 times that he dropped Fury. So, I mean, the power has to be there. I was very impressed with the first knockdown because if you see the first knockdown, he measures him and then he lets up beautifully. Like, I can tell that man worked on that. That's a strategy, that's a technique. And I'm saying that's that work. But I think what goes against Wilder becoming champion again is age, like Big Mo pointed out, and the fact that the guy Tyson Fury and the guy Usyk and Anthony Joshua, Usyk Joshua still got to fight again. There may be a trilogy in that fight because if Joshua wins again, Usyk may be like, hey, where's my rematch? Hey, Joshua might be like, nah, I'm taking it all and run. Whatever. Or maybe Joshua's like, you know what? I'll give you a third fight. Then you have Undisputed if it happens. And then Undisputed is going to have a rematch. What if they split in Undisputed? Then you're going to have a trilogy there, right? So there's just so much going on with the belts. And Wilder's age, I think, doesn't help him out. So you're talking about 2 or 3 years that the belts are going to be probably held and occupied by other gentlemen. Here's the other thing I think goes against Deontay Wilder. You have young up-and-coming talent at the end of 2 or 3 years that I think is going to be ready to challenge for a title and probably beat Deontay Wilder, like Jarrett Big Baby Anderson and some other guys. And so by the time these guys are ready, I honestly think they'll probably throw Deontay Wilder in the ring with those guys just so they can build their name. Because I'm telling you right now, that dude Big Baby Anderson got some skills. He's smart. He knows how to handle himself. He knows how to get out of the way. He knows how to land the punches. The question is, what's his beard like? And we'll find that out as he steps up in class. But to answer the question, I just think there are too many obstacles in the way. There are too many things going against Wilder at this particular point in time for him to become champion. But I can honestly say it's not his ability this time. It's not his willingness to learn and train and all that. It's a bunch of other factors that don't favor him now. So it's for that reason, I think not.
Time is a killer. Time is definitely a killer. Let us know how you feel in the comments section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We lost one, but we're still going. We are the Boxing Bros.
When things seem bleak, walk with me. To navigate these streets, walk with me.